So, Granny, tell me about your childhood before World War II.
Well, we lived on a farm, lived on a small farm. I was the eldest child, and just ordinary little country living. I was 10 years old when the war started.
And how did life change after World War II started?
Well, I think there was just an urgency. Everybody was just gung ho. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do to help? Of course, there was rationing, some hardships there. Children, we hunted the fields and the barns and everything for scrap iron. We had to gather all the scrap iron up, and it was going to be redone into equipment for the army. We had a rationing little coupons you got. Each child in the family had one coupon for one pair of shoes a year. There was sugar was rationed, coffee was rationed, gasoline was rationed, and any rubber tires. You couldn't buy rubber tires. You had to patch your tires. And there was some hardships there for everybody.
Did you know anybody who went off to war?
My husband and the father of my children, I didn't meet him until 1950, but he had served in the army. And he was the one that answered to a draft. When you were 18, they said, "We need you. You're going to come and join the army."
And how did life change after the war ended?
That's a rather difficult one. I guess everybody was just sort of a feeling of relief. But then there was also people who had lost loved ones. A lot of servicemen didn't come home.
And then how did you get news about the war?
Well, there was no telephones. There were no computers or radio. That's it. But I remember as a kid, just immediately after we learned about the war starting, it seems the skies, we were out in the country, it seems the skies filled with planes. I remember that. I remember standing out and the sky, the planes would fly, looked like they were just flying everywhere, you know.
After the war ended, were there any celebrations in your town?
Oh, there was just everybody was in their own way celebrating. Maybe the next year you might have had some festivals or something, but no, right after the war was ended, people were happy.